In the history of the United States, the legacy of France stretched widely across the Mississippi River Basin, from Canada down to the Gulf of Mexico. Alongside the many names derived from Native American languages, several states still carry French names, or names that were French adaptations of indigenous words. This overlap sometimes creates a dual heritage, states that are both native and French in origin. In this video, we will uncover the stories behind these names, each one a testimony to the complex history of French exploration and settlement in North America. Louisiana. Louisiana is the state most directly tied to France. Its name was given in honor of King Louis XIV, and in the early 18th century, the French called this vast territory La Louisiane, the land of Louis. Even after passing through Spanish and later American control, the name Louisiana remained. Today, it reflects a vibrant Creole culture born of French, African, and native influences. Jazz music, Cajun cuisine, and the colorful Mardi Gras festival all echo that French legacy. Louisiana stands as the clearest reminder of how deeply France shaped the cultural fabric of North America. Vermont. The name Vermont comes from the French words les verts monts, meaning the green mountains. French explorers of the 17th century gave this name to the lush mountain range that defines the state. Though Vermont later became an English-speaking colony and eventually part of the United States, the name itself remained untouched, preserving the poetic French vision of a land dominated by greenery. Known today for its maple syrup and breathtaking autumn foliage, Vermont is also a reminder of the linguistic crossroads between French and English settlers. Arkansas. Arkansas is a fascinating case of dual heritage. Its root comes from the Sioux word Akakazi, meaning people who live downstream. When French explorers encountered this term, they recorded it as Arkansas, which evolved into Arkansas. The officially accepted pronunciation, Arkansas, reflects the French influence on the word's ending. Arkansas therefore represents both native origin and French adaptation, a linguistic blending that mirrors the state's place at the confluence of cultures along the Mississippi River. Illinois. Illinois also owes its name to both native and French roots. It comes from Illinivet, the name of a confederation of tribes. French explorers transcribed it as Illinois, using the French suffix ois. This altered spelling gave the name a distinctly French character. Even though its meaning remains indigenous, Illinois illustrates the role of French record-keeping in cementing native names into official maps and documents. Without the French, the word Illinois might have appeared very differently in American history. Missouri. The name Missouri derives from the Sioux term Wemazurita, meaning those who have dug out canoes. The French simplified this into Missouri, a form that remains unchanged today. Missouri is another case of native meaning but French transcription. As the gateway to the West, Missouri later became central to American expansion. But its very name is a reminder of how French explorers once navigated the great Mississippi River and preserved indigenous terms in their own writing. Michigan. Michigan takes its name from the Ojibwe word Michigami, meaning Great Lake. French explorers, upon reaching the Great Lakes region, recorded it as Michigan, giving it a French spelling that survives to this day. While the original concept is purely native, the reason we call it Michigan and not something else lies in the French presence. Michigan thus highlights the French role as mediators of native knowledge, adapting indigenous terms and fixing them in the European imagination. Wisconsin. The name Wisconsin comes from the Algonquian term mesconzing, describing the red waters of a river. French explorers transcribed it as Wisconsin, with their characteristic OOU spelling. Later, the English changed it into Wisconsin. This layered history means the name carries traces of three linguistic traditions: native origin, French transcription, and English adaptation. Today, Wisconsin is famous for cheese and dairy, but behind its reputation lies a name shaped first by native imagery, then molded by French spelling. Maine. Unlike most of the other states, Maine is believed to have a direct French origin. It is thought to be named after the province of Maine in western France. Early settlers and explorers used the name to honor that region, preserving a piece of Europe on American soil. Maine's French name reflects the presence of settlers of French descent in New England, a region where both England and France competed fiercely for territory. Today, Maine's rugged coastline and lighthouses carry a name that traces back across the Atlantic Ocean. Delaware. An interesting exception. Delaware is named after Thomas West, Lord de la Warr, a British nobleman. While its root is English, the phrase de la follows French linguistic structure, a reminder of the cultural overlap between English and French aristocracy in Europe. Though not a purely French name, Delaware reflects how deeply French influence penetrated European society, and by extension, the colonial naming of American lands. From Louisiana honoring the Sun King, to Vermont's poetic Green Mountains, to Illinois, Missouri, and Arkansas shaped by both native words and French spelling. The French presence in North America left indelible marks on the map of the United States. These names are more than labels. They are echoes of a time when France was a major power in the New World. Though French political control eventually faded, the language of explorers and settlers still survives in the names we use every day. If you enjoyed this exploration, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to 5W Explore. Join us as we continue to uncover the mysteries of names, places, and forgotten histories around the globe.